these two teams, like you said, not a fun game to watch. A combined 18 for 72 from three. Memphis was 9 of 35. The Dubs were 9 of 37. But you got to give credit to Memphis. Without Ja, the Grizzlies used a really balanced attack. They got 21 from Jaren, 19 from Tyus Jones, 17 from Kyle Anderson. Dylan Brooks, horrible shooting night, 5 for 19 for 12 points. They got 10 from Steven Adams and 8 from Desmond Bane. So it was a nice group effort, and it was almost enough because the Warriors really had nothing going. Steph, like you said, 32 on 25 shots. Wiggins had a nice night as far as actual shooting percentage for 17, but Clay and Poole were both not great with 14 points, and Otto Porter Jr. chipped in with 12. So it was just a rough night all around, but the Warriors survived. They held court at home, and now they go back to Memphis up 3-1 as opposed to tied 2-2.
Yeah, one thing you mentioned was the Rockets, and I thought you were just doing it to take a shot at James. That's where I thought you were going with it. But you said the Warriors had been 0 for 15, 0 for 16, whatever, to start the game. And the Grizzlies, like you said, they started off 2 of 16 from 3. So it's not like they were able to take advantage of the Warriors' poor shooting. And you said it was a nice all-around effort. I would say that's not the case. It wasn't a nice effort, really, from anybody. Jaren Jackson himself shot 7 of 21, I think. And it was just, it was a bad basketball game to watch, and that's what you get sometimes in the playoffs. Two teams who are obviously probably pretty chippy going into it with the 3 straight consecutive days of dirty play, I guess, from game 1, 2, and 3. Somebody had to win the game. Both teams were able to not able to overcome the poor start, I should say. You felt like Memphis probably should have been up by way more at halftime, talking about some of the things that Golden State had going wrong with it. But that wasn't the case because they couldn't get anything going for themselves either.
No, definitely not. It's not like a lot of these were contested. There were plenty of open shots. They just weren't falling. A lot of in and outs, a lot of just bad misses. And it really did go both ways in this one. When I say that it was a nice effort, finding a way, and look, like we said, they went 20-5 without Ja Morant this year. So they know how to play and win without him. But it is nice to see that when Ja is not there to take the boatload, and look, this guy's averaging 38 points in this series against the Dubs before getting hurt. So he's obviously going to bring a lot to the table, and you have to make up. What I meant was the nice balance of who was doing the scoring, how many points they were getting from all these different players. The shooting percentages were god-awful on both sides of the ball, really. So that's not good. But the way they were able to balance and get 6, 7 guys in double figures to make up for that, lack of a superstar in Ja Morant, that's what I mean by it was a nice effort by the Grizzlies. Shooting overall, ugly in this game, was absolutely horrendous. And like you said, sometimes that happens. These guys ain't perfect. Professionals make mistakes too. And it's just one of those nights where the shots wouldn't fall. It fell just enough, especially in that fourth quarter, for the Warriors to avoid being tied going back to Memphis. They held home court, stole one early, and now they got a chance to actually shut this whole thing down in Memphis in Game 5 and get some more rest while they wait to see who wins on the other side of the West.
Do you think Memphis can rally in Game 5, or do you think the Warriors close it out?
I think they can rally in Game 5. The things that we have talked about before, and some of the things we'll talk about coming up in these other games, where the role players just feel a little more comfortable playing.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what?